It's day 1528 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, as we mark on a new Siman Reis Tzadik Zayin, Sif Aleph, through Ches. And we are doing today Dina Kili Zorim Be'evetz Yisrael. Aleph, Kili Zorim Mosim, Tar Be'evetz Yisrael, Kili Zorim is also known as Mida Rice and Yisrael. By Yisrael, Shnei Tvua B'yachad, to plant two types of grain together, and namely the Zorim with two types of seeds or orchos or vegetables. With Tvua B'yarek or produce and vegetable, or grain and vegetable, Tvua Zera or grain and seeds. Seeds Tzadcha Zorim Kilayim. Excuse me. It says, don't plant your field full of Kilayim. Maganda Darshin Zah Kavas Elon. Even though this is taking a kedusha naflam test to mean the grafting of a tree, which goes on in relation to race side. Okay, nevertheless, the pasuk also has a literal meaning as well. Chutzlarts, completely permissible. Locals of chutzlarts come up with shkoz of kilei kerem. They now make a decree in chutzlarts like they made on the kilei kerem. Time mishum the mutzar by Noah, since in our Torah it's mutzar by Noah. Locals of chutzlarts, via locals of chutzlarts, therefore they make a gzeir chutzlarts on it. Which is having shom. The base. You need over a portion of B'shas a place in Kli Yisrael Eretz Yisrael. Torah. It's clear that in Eretz Yisrael it's also the Raisa. Have a Rashi's Abba Shabbos a Mishnah da Aruga v'cheim v'chayros. The Daf Nun Dalet Shabbos Yidal V'chayros Nun Dalet. Kasa Kli Yisrael Rabbanim writes Kli Yisrael is the Rabbanim v'kvar Tomal Dvarav and Taisus Mishnah Melech. I have a standard what he writes. Here like Rashi's out. Haylo Eza Shita Bezev. Rashi must have some opinion about this. Here's like the Meskenu. Okay. And then, the truth is like Rashi. The Rabbeinu says, "If Sibur cast the Mishnah so paragraph climb, Hikshar Kamakula Shikilu Chazal Bukilaim." He asked on Samakulas we Chazal gave us climb a little Isa Tero. Says the Raisa, but here it's a Minator. Ain't also Rakarayim is run Biakal Israel. Right, the only prohibition is to mix the seeds together and plant them. Where the rabbis forbade also juxtaposing one type of the species with another. Imlo. Bigdonim doing unless it's going to specific known parameters. Therefore, this they lean to see there. Mashma Pacha, the cross Sadcha Lotizar Kilayim. This is the simple meaning of the pasuk. Sadcha Lotizar Kilayim. Klomash Lotizar biyachad, not to plant together. But furthermore, came another kind of Rabbi Yeshu, Kilei Kerem. We over Yeshu says, "By Kilei Kerem, they don't chayav achi Yisrael chitu sor chayav tzom leposiat." Unless you plant together wheat and grain and barley and grape seeds together when you scatter them in the field. Come on, we sit very similar to the side above. Can do me no. Unless we can extrapolate Gamli and Kilei Zraim. So dafka she meaning aposiat b'shas real have it simply scattered together simultaneously two types at the time of planting. Okay, what's that? Shittas Rashi's out. That's Rashi's opinion. Okay, by Ruga Shom, the Mari V'Sichas Milamin. Therefore, by juxtaposing a patch seeds in a patch, because the Shem Rabban writes it's Rabban. Okay, Chor Shom Dumi Tirish V'Yitzar. Sheikh Farim Zaysin. Also by Chor is about things which are like grapes and wine, grapes and olives. Sheikh Farim Zaysin. The Mari Shom Ganka V'Smichas Milamin. It's also juxtaposing types to types. For clear evidence of this is Kedushin. It says, mix seeds and plant them. For not to do like Chaim Chutzarts, also do Veseifim. Chaim Chutzarts is also Midrabar. I'm like, low catch, not difficult. I'll be killing Kerem, I'll be killing Israel. Killing Kerem is also Chutzarts, not killing Israel. Pesh Rasha by the Sabash Gam Kilei Israel, also Chutzarts. Rabbi held also Kilei Israel, also Chutzarts. Kiyachet Beretz Yisrael. So the rice, just like so it's also the rice. Because about Toshu Minat Teira, so he writes explicitly that Kilei Israel Minat so is the rice. And Mishum Nisham Marek Shiva Garim Bazera. And so we're talking about where you mix together the seeds and Bizarra. Vizara. That's what's the Raisa. But the juxtaposed species have abundance only this bottom, and it says the brackets though Shita Sarav. It's also Shita about Tenure. He writes in astonishing because of the Rambam. He writes that the Rambam view of those feel like Cain, which the Rambam does not hold this way. In the beginning of the time, seems he might say this because he writes as meaning somebody plants two species of seeds together. In Eretz Yisrael, gets Malkash Nema Storcha Luti Zaki Lime. The Chod is a rare, mixing them as you plant, or Menakish, or you're hoeing a mechaper or covering, such as there's one a barley kernel, sorachas, and one wheat kernel, one barley kernel, or pulachot, or one legume, padosha achas, or one lentil, munachim aretz, lying on the ground, bechipo sun, you cover them, ba'afar, with dirt, ben biyotah, ben baraglo, ben mikeli, whether it's your hand, with your leg, or with a vessel, hareza like, you get malchus, mechel zareh ba'aretz, or batitz lokum, it doesn't matter if you're planting in the ground or in a perforated flower pot. Abozeh, batitz sheinokum, but you plant in a non-perforated flower pot, Maki or so Makas Maris, it's only a rabbinic prohibition like Kalashano. Chol Mashmo. It would seem Dafka, Shazor Stein Kachas, only you plant both together. Or Munikesh or something, you hold them. Or Chip or something, cover them immediately after you put them in the ground. Hey, Ubema saying, okay, but in truth it's not that way. Barak Ikar decline, okay, just say about the primary concept Kilaim. Also applies, because around we juxtapose one species to another. So it writes explicitly, this is when he writes, Ketan. So David tries to do, I mean, for if his field was planted with one type of grain, if a vacation started between meaning to a ches, when I plant next to another type of grain, Bimloya by name, Kashir Hazev doesn't have the distance between the two of them. Also, it's also, but ain't a look at you, Toshi Shatoni. Only a makas is within 6 fucking of each other. I said there is a yark if it's planted with vegetables. Ain't a look at you, tefa. It has to be within a tefach of each other. I go show you. Maybe had you, but it says explicitly, the stomach tfula, Toshi Shatoni, put grain next to grain within 6 tvachim. Directly yark and a vegetable within a vegetable, within 3 tvachim. So he says tefach. But anyway, whatever it is, Tavim Torah, at that point it's the rice. Das Rabbi saying about it, Tosis ain't okay. Tosis also does not hold like Rashi. Shrei Yisigu, they complain about Rashi. We have to rule in that case of the patch in Shabbos that paid down because she made a turn. He writes the Raisa. Chem Rishor Chorosham, Ruga Badi Raks Michsbam, but the patch is only juxtaposition issue. Chen Diva Rabbeinu says to me, therefore the says is astonishing. Mashik Shalom Mekel, what he asked, why would they need Lo Kashakal? It's not difficult. Rashi goes to Sham. Baruga, the Am Kila Kem, the rice kilu. Right, said in the patch, even my Kila Kem, the rice, they were lenient. Shator the Kmi Rakal Heker Baham, but Torah only recognizes, only requires a recognition. Ayin Sham. Pianos have racing race like Vav, Ayin Sham. Vav, Kostav Rambam Sham. The Ram writes, Osi Zor Kilayim Akum. Now I have to plant Kilayim even for a non-Jew. But some Akum Lizola Kilay Zoim, you can tell a non-Jew to plant for you Kilay Zoim. But so kind of stay with Ella Okron, you're not allowed to leave them in your own field. You have to uproot them. I mean, Kim and Elok, if you doesn't stain them, there is no Malchus. In brackets, he says the aim is a Maisa. Didn't do an activity, so still have Shem, but Maisa. Muti so Kilay Zoim be Adob Chutzarts, so the Jews allowed to plant Kilay Zoim with his own hands, Chutzarts. Even to mix the seeds together and plant them Chutzarts mutter. This is a Masora. Big Shua arrive at the Ravid asks the Turbis and say about the Mashach Shimutal Malakum Israel Kilizroim. How can you tell a non-Jew to plant for you Kilizroim? I mean, how can you sustain them? Hare also the Kaim, Coach Kosabatso, now have to sustain them like God himself. Yes, should someone come and also those might say that about where the field belongs to non-Jew. Okay, it's not true. Because it leaves low, because it says the Akum is planting for him. I have a parish portion. It's obviously an explanation. The prohibition to sustain them so after they took root. That's a non-Jew to plant them, but cut them off before they take root. Some akum, some to non-Jew, or no matana, give it as a gift. Says the Bach says this, and also has a Mishnah. This is what the Rambam writes by reading the prohibition of sustaining them after this halacha. You're allowed to tell them to do it. Also, the kind you can't sustain it. Elion Kambiyaka so immediately. Okay, if you didn't do that, you have to uproot them. Zayin Odik Shor Rabbis. The Rabbi also has Amir Lakum Shar Dvarim Chutzu Shabbos who buy a Mitzvah. To tell a non-Jew to do a prohibition on the Shabbos, the question about Mitzvah, Imutim Shar Yisuf, it's a minute, or Im Lav, and not for Loiv Shata. How can you tell a non-Jew to plan for you? Can't see the Ram Pasuk in that lean in that question. When you tell a non-Jew to do other prohibitions, that's it's a leniency. Now to tell a non-Jew to castrate an animal. Bedin Vav Kosav also wrote here. Now let's let a non-Jew graft trees for you. But that's not difficult. That's if it's because castration is a prohibition even on Bnei Noach. Kamosh Kosav, let's compare Yudim Melachim Halach Above. But Rabbi Yaz Rishim Leitzarchia and Sham, no, it says the opposite. The opposite, I'm sorry. Kilayim is also for Ben Noach. Stirus, not necessarily, not according to Rambam. He says, so the question is not from Kilayim, the question is from Sirus. Even though Sachsum is not a prohibition by non-Jew, now it's a non-Jew to do it. Yes, feeling the Rambam, the Akal Lokoi Baile by Amir Akum Dobasha Issa Nasim Yad. Question about Amir Akum by under Isser is where the Isser takes place immediately. Called Sirus, such as castration, Chasim must be a para, and muzzling your grazing ox. Your working ox. Your working cow. But implanted kilayim, there's no prohibition after it takes root. If you take them out of the ground before they take root, this battle is nullified. But how can you so look as even though Yisrael would be like it? It's because the decree that is the plant. It's like in Lech Shabbos in Yag Shazar, but Shabbos and Yach. Immediately when you plant Shabbos or you put a pot in the fire, no matter what happens afterwards. I'm Nachs and then Bob Shem Forshkein. It's a bit of Nachos. Shemini say those is this Kabnas Laniel Shem Agma Malacha. He wants to leave it there until it's completely cooked. I'm a I think actually somebody actually takes it off, then you're not over, but he did everything he's supposed to do to be over. The prohibition is not immediately. That's not just do plan for you because the prohibition does not take place immediately, but only after a time of Shosha. And the time delay makes it permitted to you not to do it, even though he's also to do it for himself. But this takes place later on. Anyway, you're gonna have to sell it. Because not do it for you. Ultimately, by grafting, it's also because the non-Jew himself is forbidden to do it. So by killing Israel, he's not forbidden himself to do it. Right, I messed that up. I messed that up a moment ago. Okay. It's not miyad, and therefore it's mutter to tell Akim to do it and he's not over it anyway. So that's why it's okay. But by case of her cover, where he himself is going to be over, so then you can't tell him to do it because it's neighbor. Bracket says, Rambam al heter chutzot diber kabbalah. That you know the chutzot heter is Messiah. Why does he need to say this? So he tlu baritz mitzvah tlu baritz. The low name, we shouldn't say the iskash lekilei behema kavas ilan, since it's linked to kilei behema, just like our kavas ilan is. So therefore, it should be us and chutzot just like kavas ilan is. I might have said Alf Zion at the beginning. I actually initially stopped after Zion, but then I saw Ches is also included. I was thinking about it too short. Ches, any circular design, it's the prohibition is only seeds that are suitable to human consumption, or animal consumption. You definitely as if they're normally planted in that country. But bitter grasses, etc. From root to only suitable for medicinal purposes. There's no issue of kilay's roy. In brackets, look at the Mishnah. Kasaram paragraph, the involved the mutli zroz roim. Bizarre elon carefully allowed to plant seeds and seeds of trees together. In the bracket says here chutz mekvanim, except for grapevines. Chem with the arab zirei lonas, allowed to mix seeds of different trees and plant together. Shein lechok kilayim be lonas. The only kind which applies by trees is grafting. But Tam is the Slavchak Siv. Below Elon. It says your field and not your tree. The name is Mishum Kilei Zroim. And there's no, I guess, somehow tree seeds are not considered to be part of field seeds. They have the mutter together with field seeds. For Rabbi, single and Mishan Prakama, the time of Lefetz Tzonos, he has difficulty with this because it talks about putting turnips and radishes together underground, and how they might become climb. And it's not a taina. The misham lo mishum azriya, and so it's on account of the seeds, the planting, and mishum are covered because of grafting. The vegetables get grafted on each other. Kezra mutarim ba'achilo ba'noah. There's not really allowed to eat, and that's what I benefit from. Kamar kavas gilon, just like grafting of a tree. Lo kekila kerem, not like kila kerem, which are also nanoah. With his Mizar Yerk Shnizar Bekilayim Nizgab Kilayim, also allowed to plant a vegetable from a seed for a vegetable which was planted with Kilayim and grew as Kilayim. Tolu Asaraka Maisa Dezriya Lakayim, it only forbade the Maisa of the planting and sustaining it. Mashkin Kilei Kerem is supposed to Kilei Kerem, Steve, where it says Pentik Dosh, lest it become consecrated. Finesse or Banok, much cause of race Timon Meisai Bok, then it becomes actually Asr Banok. And that's it for today.